Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It is Queen Gregory, and thank y'all for tuning in to my video today. And I also want to thank all of my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay, when I was like, okay, people support, they like the content. Okay, let's keep it going. Welcome to the family. Okay, welcome to the family. Now today's video is going to be by Dr. Umar. Now I know all of y'all see what's going on the internet with Dr. Umar and his daughter. I have not dived deep into it to really see what's going on for real, for real. So honestly, I'm just kind of going off of this video that I seen on X. I don't plan on diving into it that deeply because I honestly understand father daughter dynamics like this because I've experienced it myself. So a lot of the things that I could speak about with this dynamic is just from my personal knowledge, my own personal wisdom. And I also want to state that for anybody who's subscribing to my channel, I want to make this clear. I strategically react to these videos just so I can talk about these certain dynamics, especially within the Black community. I specifically react to certain videos just so I can dive deeper into these topics. The last video that I posted, a lot of people made it about men. That video was not to focus on men. That video was specifically to focus on self-love, even though I reacted to a video that was specifically talking about a man paying for a woman's makeup. I specifically made that video to help women to understand love starts within first. It's an internal job. It's an internal job. And I won't continue to explain myself so much into these videos because once again, I'm reacting to this content, but I'm also putting value in here. I'm giving value. I'm giving wisdom. I'm giving information. So these videos is not just for haha and giggles. These are real issues, real problems that we're dealing with, real things that we need to talk about and discuss and communicate like adults. Not me going back and forth with you because I don't call women out of their names over here. I don't call women hyenas. I don't disrespect women because I'm a woman myself. I'm not going to disrespect a man because I'm not a man, but I will try to balance things out. And that's what I do over here on my channel. It's all about self-development. It's all about looking within. And that's what we do over here. So if you with my mission, if you with that and you can get with that, then go ahead and press that subscribe button. So now let's go ahead and get into what is going on with Dr. Umar and his daughter.
My biological father is Dr. Umar. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. And I'm not bashing you.
Really?
I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life.
There was a few people who got online and said that she was 22 and she need to get over it by now and all these different things. Ooh, my leg caught a cramp. Okay. What I don't understand is why she did take this to the internet. Although she's saying that she was trying to get in contact with him, I feel like there's other ways that she could have done this without getting on the internet. I'm wondering if she knows any of his family members, maybe the grandma, maybe the mama could have reached out to somebody. There is probably some way that she did say he didn't respond, but so maybe she felt like the only way that she could get his attention was by putting the video out. Who knows? I don't know. But we're going to keep seeing what they both had to say because it's a mix of between him and her.
Y'all know me too well. Y'all know my love for children is too strong. For anybody to be coming out the woodworks telling you they've been trying to reach me when my number has been public for 20 years. Listen, brothers and sisters.
Here's where I have an issue because he's saying that we know him and like y'all know me, y'all know who I am. And I think that's where we have an issue a lot of times with getting on the internet, and we're seeing certain people that portray themselves to be a certain person. They portray themselves to have great character when really outside of the internet, we don't know these people in real life. And so when he says that we know him, no, we know your internet persona. We know what you give to us on the internet. And Dr. Umar has some amazing talking points. I did a video of him before. It was maybe like a year ago. I can't recall, but you know, he says some great things, and that's why sometimes you have to take some stuff that resonates with some of these people and leave the rest, because sometimes you can take and you can respect something what somebody is saying, but not all the time they're going to be wrapped too tight, or they're going to have things together within their own lives. Sometimes people have all of this knowledge, they have all of this information, but they're not able to apply it to themselves. It doesn't apply to them. Black people love him, but what's going on within your personal life? And these are some things that I also like to point out too, because a lot of people are preaching certain things to the Black community, but how are you modeling it? How are you being that role model? Are you following the things that are coming out of your mouth? Are you doing those things? Are you modeling those behaviors? Even with him talking about his daughter calling him. Now, this is something that I can't stand. When you're a parent, you have these kids. I don't care if you're the mother, I don't care if you're the father. When you decide to have children, the children are now your responsibility. It should not have been this girl's responsibility to call her father. Let me say it again. The responsibility should have not been placed on this young girl when she was a kid to call her father. She's 22 now, so the phone can work both ways. It could be reciprocal, but that responsibility should have not been placed on her, because as a child, you are not responsible for that. And I know this because that was done to me, and I know how I felt when someone said that I did not reach out to them and I'm supposed to reach out to them. And that's not how it works. When you're the child, the parent is supposed to make sure that they're taking care of you, that they're creating a safe space for you, that they're teaching you reciprocity, all of these different things. But we can keep going.
I want y'all to listen. My phone number has been the same for 20 years. So anybody telling you they've been trying to reach me and my phone number hasn't changed in 20 years, mind you, I speak at graduations in Philadelphia all the time. I'm on the street in Philadelphia all the time. I have events in Philadelphia all the time. I got family in Philadelphia everywhere. And you've been trying to find me? Stop the cap now. Can we please stop the cap, brothers and sisters? Trying to build your struggle streamer career off of my back?
He said that about his daughter. He said you trying to build your struggle streaming career off of my back. Weren't we just talking about nepotism? I think that's how you say it. Weren't we just talking about that? Weren't we just talking about creating a space for our children to be able to benefit off of the things that we create? Why do we want our children to struggle? If you're a Black person, I want you to comment down below. If you're a Black person and you have this mindset of wanting your child to struggle if you were to have children, why? I want you to answer that question. Why would you want your child to struggle? Why would you want your child to have to go through the same things you went through? Now, I know that there's lessons within the struggle. There's lessons that children need to learn. They need to learn how to, overcome adversity and different things. Like, they need to have their own struggles. But that doesn't mean that you gotta make them get it out the mud and go through the things that you went through in a certain way. I don't know what's up with that mentality, but let's keep going.
Coming up out of nowhere, acting like you've been looking for me. Get Mama Smurf. When can the three of us have a sit down? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for When can Mama Smurf, Papa Smurf, and Baby Smurf have a sit down? Oh, I'm ready for this. And I will have my white man paperwork. I will have my white man paperwork. When can we do the sit down? When can we do the sit down? Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? When can we have a sit down?
Yikes. Okay, he said he been paying child support since she came out the womb. Deadbeat where I don't know what it's going to take. And I've made a video about this before. When you look at the Maslow's hierarchy, especially the boomer generation of people, they are stuck in a world of I provided you with a roof over your head, with food in the kitchen on the table, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. That's all you can get from me. Today, we're in a healing era. We're in an era of the information revolution. The information revolution has allowed us to understand the things that our ancestors went through, that the people that we're currently dealing with. This is why there's so many more talks about mental health, all of these different things, trauma. And he knows this because this is what he preaches about. He knows this. So now that we're in this time, we can't tell people that they need to do the work and the things that they need to do, but we're not actively doing it. And I'm specifically talking about him because he knows that paying child support is the bare minimum. That's the basic needs. That's the basic needs. A lot of the issues that we have are because sometimes people still have their own resentment towards the parent. Maybe he still has his own trauma and things that he needs to deal with within this situation. And this is why he's coming from this sort of take. And it's unfortunate, but this is not okay because just because you pay child support, I mean, she just said that she was trying to reach out to him. And who knows, maybe trying to build a relationship, but you also can't build a relationship with someone who's not willing to put in that effort as well. And from what it seems like, if you haven't reached out to somebody in 22 years, but you've been paying child support, you haven't even made the effort to build that relationship. I think people don't understand this man is building business relationships. You building business relationships, but how are you building relationships with your family, with the people around you, with your daughters?
Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet, and she took me to child support. Dead.
Okay, and that's what I meant. You see what he just said. And so it seems like the anger is still with the mother. It's still with the mother taking that child support out on him with making him making him pay for your responsibility. I mean, essentially, I get it that so many men have an issue with child support, but again, I even talked about that in that fake video, fake conversation that was around the child support thing. It's like once we learn how to communicate with each other, in these times where people was deciding to lay down with people without getting to know them, in those times, because a lot of people were born with their parents not even liking each other, your parents not even fully knowing each other, they just knew each other bodies, and they barely knew that. But you had a baby with someone that you did not know. You did not vet this person. You did not do your due diligence to use your discernment. And so now you get stuck in this situation, then you complain about the situation. And then on top of that, you don't know how to communicate to where you both can come to an agreement to where this is what I'm going to do. This is what we can do for the child. Let's do this, let's do that. Because you might have been a certain age, you might have had a certain maturity level. So all of these are conversations that people were not having. Clearly, when he had this woman 22 years ago, 20, what she said, she was 22, I think 22 years ago, you wasn't having that conversation because we wasn't in the age of information. We wasn't in the age of information.
Beat who? Deadbeat who? Child custody file this thick. What are we talking about? Where is Mama Smurf? What is your mama's Instagram? We want to ask her some questions. Where's your mama's face? Where is the mother? And none of y'all asking no questions.
Lord have mercy.
This is how you know that this is not about the truth. If his number hasn't changed in 20 years, why haven't you called for an in-person conversation? You wait until now. Why is that? Why did you wait until now? I want you to get off of social media for a minute. Stop looking ridiculous. Get off social media for a minute, baby Smurf. Stop looking ridiculous. And I want you to get Mama Smurf. And on Thursday, 1 week from today, I'm calling you out, you and Mama Smurf. I want a respectable private FDMG tour and luncheon. Baby Smurf, Mama Smurf, and Big Papa. Wilmington, Delaware. Let's put it in.
I actually want both of them to get off social media. I want both of them to get off social media. And Mama Smurf and Umar needs to work out whatever they have to work out. So once again, the child doesn't have to be affected by their relationship, by what they had going on. Because see, once again, parents will use the child for their own selfish reasons, for their own ego, for their own get back, for their own agenda. They will use children and put them in the middle. And now you're in between the two people that hate each other, the two people that got the real problems, the two people that don't like each other. And now you're projecting that onto your child. Now your child has to grow up with the issues that you have with my mama, with the issues that you have going on with my father. Now you're mad at me. Now you're projecting that anger onto me because you have the issues going on. Y'all got to stop doing that. Y'all have to mature in certain areas of your life. You have to get to a certain point where you can come to a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement when a child is involved. If that's the case, then you don't need to be having children with that person. Because now you're putting things onto the child, an innocent human being that did not ask to be in this world. And so you bring them into this world and you treat them like this. You treat them as if they're a dog. You treat them as if they don't have feelings. You treat them nasty. You treat a stranger, you treat that professor at the college that you just got donations from, you treat them better than you treat your own child. You treat the community that you get donations from, you treat them better because they line in your pockets. It's all about money. It's all about material. But we have to get back to building relationships, understanding relationships, getting comfortable with people having uncomfortable discussions. And so again, I didn't make this video to bash Dr. Umar, but this is why I have a problem with people who they put in front of us in our community as leaders. And the more I find out, the more I understand, the more I just don't like listening to these people no more. I don't like how these people are put in front of our faces as if they are serving us, they are for the betterment of us, when really they're not. They're not. They have their own agendas. They have their own personal agendas to benefit from us, to benefit from the community, while our community is still the way that it is. Our people continue to repeat the cycle, and our community continues to do the same things over and over and over again, while their pockets is lined, while they're okay, while they're able to afford the eggs, while they're able to afford houses. Black Lives Matter. Okay? And so these things really bothers me. And that's why I try not to get too much wrapped into, too many of these leaders and people they put into our faces, because I don't have the time. I want to do the real work. I want to help my people. I want to get us to a place where we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. And so that's not okay. I really wish her all of the healing, because I know how father wounds are, I know how mother wounds are, and that's a lot to have to deal with, and that's a lot you have to work through. So in order for us to break the cycle, we can't keep doing things like this. You can't have a child and think that child support is enough, because it's not. It's just like you buy a dog and you pay for the dog, but then you feed it and you treat it bad. You kick it, you talk to bad. Small things like that tells you about a person's character. I'm sorry. Everything he said with his chest. He felt that. And so, like I said, I just wish both of them healing. I wish him healing with his children. Hopefully he can get that right. And I wish her healing, and hopefully she can heal those wounds and he can heal his as well. So thank y'all for tuning into this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this dynamic. Do y'all think that she should have gotten on the internet and exposed Dr. Umar? A lot of people think that she should have, because a lot of people want to know the truth. A lot of people want to know the truth about what's really going on with a lot of these people who are portrayed as our leaders. And we know if y'all think that Dr. Umar was right for what he said, or if he should have just not said anything at all. But y'all tap in and let me know. Let's keep the conversation respectful. And thank y'all for tuning in today. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And I will see y'all in my next one. Peace.